What if there are places in the Ozark Mountains that locals won't go near, not because of stories, but because of what they've experienced? Deep in the Ozarks, scattered across ridges and hidden valleys, there are abandoned cabins that don't show up on maps. Old wood structures collapsing in on themselves, swallowed by forest. At first glance, they look like any other forgotten homestead. But locals will tell you, some of these places were never meant to be found again. Many of these cabins date back to the 1800s and early 1900s, built by families who lived completely off the grid. No electricity, no outside contact, just isolation. And over time, some of those families disappeared without explanation. No records, no graves, just empty homes left behind. Here's where the stories begin to overlap. Hunters in the area talk about finding these cabins by accident, deep in the woods, miles off trail, where no structure should be, doors hanging open, furniture still inside. Sometimes even personal belongings, clothes, dishes, tools, left like someone walked out and never came back. But what unsettles people isn't what's inside. It's what happens when you stay too long. People report hearing movement around the cabin at night. Slow footsteps circling outside, scratching along the walls. Not aggressive, just constant. Like something is waiting. Others say they've heard voices, faint at first, coming from the trees, calling out names, sometimes sounding like someone they know, but never quite right, always just off enough to make you hesitate. And that hesitation is what locals warn about, because those who follow the voices deeper into the woods often lose their sense of direction completely. Trails disappear, landmarks shift, people walk in circles for hours, sometimes days, before finding their way back, if they find it at all. There are also reports of lights, not flashlights, not lanterns. Small, distant glows moving between the trees at night, always just far enough away that you can't reach them. Some say if you try to follow them, they lead you away from the cabin and deeper into the forest. And then there are the cabins themselves. People who've tried to spend the night inside talk about an overwhelming feeling that builds over time. Not fear at first, just discomfort, like you're being watched. Then the sounds start, floorboards creaking when no one's moving, doors shifting, objects slightly out of place when you turn back around. Some wake up in the middle of the night convinced someone else is in the room, standing just out of sight. The most disturbing part? These stories don't come from tourists. They come from locals, people who've lived around these mountains their entire lives, people who know the land, who don't scare easily, and who still refuse to go near certain areas after dark. They don't call them haunted, they just say, don't stay there. No explanation, no details, just a warning that's been passed down for generations. So you have to ask yourself, are these cabins just abandoned homes, slowly being reclaimed by nature? Or are they something else entirely? Places where whatever happened never really ended. And if you found one deep in the woods, miles from anyone else, would you go inside or would you listen to the people who know the land best and keep walking? Comment what you think is really out there in those Ozark cabins. And follow for more places people avoid for reasons they don't always explain.